What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So it's been a little bit since I've done a music tutorial video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a breakdown of how I made my track Want It on Force of Habit Records. I wasn't going to really do a video on this, but I'm very proud and very happy about how well it's been doing. I got into like the top 16 on the Beatport Tech House hype charts, and I got into the top 100 across all genres on the hype charts. So figured I'd show you guys how I produced it, and if this video gets enough interest, I'll do a separate video on how I did the mix down for it, and then a separate video on that on how I did the mastering for it. So let's get into it, and I'll show you guys how I made the track. Before we even open Ableton, guys, we got to get ourselves a cup of coffee. It's never been done before. No one has ever made music in the history of music without a cup of coffee. It's never been done, and it never will be done. You can't make music without coffee. That is a fact, all right? So go get your coffee, and then we'll open Ableton. Here's the breakdown, guys. Let's get right into it. It's a little bit messy, and I have some channels in here that are just for my own personal reference. But all right, so let's start with the kick. The kick is actually a stolen kick. I forgot what track I stole it from, but basically that's why there's 4 kicks. You can see I have like just the high part of it. Where is it? Oh. Then the high mid, which is like the click of it too, and then the low mid, which is like the knock of it, and then obviously the sub. I can go over that in another video on how to steal a kick from somebody. Everyone does it, but when we steal the kick and we process it the right way throughout the 4 channels, this is what we get. Nice clean kick, and then after that we have the drums. So the drums are pretty simple. We got some claps, hi-hats, offbeat snares, some rides, some crashes, and this is what it sounds like with the very simple tech house top loop. And then when we add it with the drums, we have like almost an intro already. All right, next we have the bass. Obviously, the most important part of a tech house track, the bass, but also you gotta make sure that you make room for other elements. So this is the bass. It's a serum bass, and this is the MIDI I wrote for it. Pretty simple, just a few jump ups to give it some excitement. Just the basic shapes with a square wave and then a saw wave. And I got the MG Low 24. I just fucked around with the attack. I wanted kind of a quick attack where it has like a little bit of a knock to it, but not too much. And then this is what it sounds like. The utility in mono, you always want your bass and your kick in mono. Cut out some high frequencies. I don't even know why I have this sidechain on. And then obviously the LFO tool. So I'm going to tell you guys a pretty cool LFO tool trick to get your sidechain matching with your kick very well. So basically I open up one of my kicks, and as you can see, the kick ends like right around here. So you zoom in, and then you open up LFO tool, and then you want the one beat to be about, oh yeah, I gotta zoom in more, about the size of the LFO tool. So now this is showing where the signal is being cut and when it comes back in. So the signal is reduced pretty significantly in the beginning, but you want that to make room for the kick, because if you don't have that and you have notes that are hitting when the kick hits, it's going to muddy up your mix, and then something's going to get lost in the mix. You're either not going to hear the bass over there, you're not going to hear the kick, and it's usually you're going to lose the kick. So you don't want to do that. And then it sounds like this. Let me put it with the kick. All right, so let's zoom back out so we can see what the fuck we're doing. And then this, I just flattened the bass. This is not the mix down. I have a whole nother project for the mix down and a whole nother project for the master of the track. And if this thing gets like 200, 300 views, I'll gladly post the mix down. Or if even someone comments that they want to see what the mix down looks like, I'll post that. So basically, I just flattened this to get an idea of the compression within the bass. You don't really want to have like one wave shape that's a lot bigger than the rest, because that's going to take away headroom for when you are mixing and mastering. You want to have it pretty equal. Not everything has to be the exact same volume, because you do want some dynamic range within it, but you don't want it to be too over the top. So I just did that for visual representation of that it looks pretty compressed and everything's pretty even. So now we have pretty solid start. All right, and now what do we have next? Next, I have the effects. The effects are pretty simple. It's just some white noise. Um, at this point, once you have a big enough sample library, there's really not many effects that are going to make a difference. So you just need some like white noise sweeps, ones that have like different tonalities, but there's really only so much you could do. I have a sweep up. I have like some vocal hits, like breaths. What's this? Yeah, it says uplifter, but yeah, I have some down sweeps within there too. And then next, this is actually pretty cool. I have a Hoover that I use in the buildup and in the very beginning of the drop. This is from M1. It's actually, I think my newest plugin that I have. It's a synth. I'm not too familiar with it, but it has some great presets and it's not that much money. I cut out the low end, and then obviously I have the LFO tool, same concept as the bass. I have the LFO tools only on when the kicks are in, though. So in the build-up, the LFO tool is not on. Like a pretty ominous tone, but then you can hear the difference when the LFO tool's on. You'll hear it like womp womp, up and down. And then, yeah, I think I pitch it up, actually. Let me see. Where's the envelope? Yep. See, so as you can hear, as the notes come into an end, I have it pitched up just to give it some excitement and also help it transition into the next part where I have some new elements coming in. All right, and that's when the drums come in. So now this is what we have. We also have some vocal sweeps I just added in from the Cashmere pack. Not really a vocal sweep, just vocals, but I did some automation with just the track volume. So that kind of makes it like a sweep. All right, so what's next? Oh, we have some perk sounds from the M1. It's like an organ pluck, and this is so minimal, but I like the reverb it had on it, and it added some atmosphere in the background that 99% of listeners aren't even going to hear, but see, it's very low. You can see it's only coming up to like -30. Yeah, not even -36. And I just have those going through as basically like another drum sample almost that adds some atmosphere. And then these vocal chops, I believe, yeah, these are from like a Jungle Terror pack that I had from like 6 years ago. So this is what these sound like. But they're like choppy. They have like a gate on them, so it kind of sounds like a vocal percussion. See, I like it, just adds like a fun vibe to it. And what do we have next? Oh, the synths. All right, so I have a lot of synths in here. I didn't overdo it, I feel like, but just some very simple one-shot hits, all within the key. What am I in, like G minor here? I'm pretty sure, or no, D minor. Yeah. So here are the synths. So yeah, that's basically all we have for the synths. We got some serum. I think these are just samples actually. The breaths, the gong is a sample as well, actually. So yeah, it's not all from synths. We got the M1. I don't think I used any silent. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, so serum M1, some samples. You guys can do whatever you want, but it's nothing crazy musical, but it does add all the meat and potatoes to the track. All right. So So next we have the vocals. The vocals are, I think they were from Splice. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think they were from Splice. So it's, you guys know the vocals if you heard the track. I want it, I want you, I want it, I want you. I sent it to a reverb channel. Um, I don't think I sent that much. I do a lot of like my sends in the mixdown, and then to complement the main vocals, I did a vocal chop to switch it up. Like in this little, it's like kind of a breakdown here, a bridge maybe you would call it. But yeah, I chopped up these regular vocals and then I put them in like a different order. I reversed some of them. Some of them are like regular, some of them are reversed, and then I have this. So, and then over here, when the buildup starts, I actually have this coming down. I automated the volume down from this and then automated the volume coming up from this. So we have a pretty smooth transition where it goes from that reversed vocal chop segment that I have into the regular vocals. And then it sounds like this. You can hear the difference when it changes. All right. And then obviously the arrangement, it's pretty simple. We have like an intro, right to a build, into a drop. The drops are pretty long for tech house. You just have to keep changing it up every now and then. Like as you can see, in the beginning, I have like no drums basically. I just have the kick and the bass. And the vocal chop, and then the drums come in. And then like the synths, I play around with them. So every 4 or 8 bars, there's something different for the listener to um like their ears to take in, and they could like when you're dancing, like people are usually dancing in like 4 or 8 bar increments. So that's why like you have something different every 4 to 8 bars. And that's basically it, guys. So uh obviously another breakdown, like that bridge area with the vocal chops, another build up, slightly different drop, and an outro. So here it is. I'll start it from play from right here, I guess. Looks good. But also, guys, you can see that like I have some drum sounds that come in like halfway through the drop, or some that I take out. And also, don't forget, I did sidechain. I believe it's this M1 is sidechained with the LFO tool, and then I even have one that's an octave higher just to change it up, so you're not hearing the same exact sounds over and over and over again. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll keep doing more of these. I haven't done a music like tutorial in a very long time, but I'm just very happy with this track. I know it's not the greatest track ever made, but some people are supporting it, and it's been getting added to like Reddit EDMs and EDM Source and stuff like that. A lot of people have added it to their playlist. So I'll put a link to the Spotify in the description here. And if you guys want to see the mix down of this and how I mix down a track and also master it, I will gladly post that video. Just leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you guys, and have a nice day.